Steve, what's your thoughts after the draw today?
Disappointment. Disappointed today. Started the game really, really well. Got 2 goals up, which is what we spoke about, you know, in the build-up to the game. You know, it's no point in getting a goal and then all of a sudden there only being a goal in it, because that gives teams that we've already seen a bit of a leg up in the game. I think the goalkeeper situation disrupted our flow. We didn't quite look the same after that restart. We talked about the big balls being put in our box today. We spoke about the second balls and them, you know, fighting for them. And at 2-1, you know, the keeper pulls off a great save from Manny Osadibi. Liam circumvents the post and it goes on the inside. If those go in, it's game over. But you know, when you're closing in on the 90th minute, you've got to make sure that you either win that first contact in your box, or you make sure that you're on that second ball. And you can talk about it until you're blue in the face. And sometimes the lads can get there, and sometimes they can't. And that was the only way I felt that they were going to score their goals today. I didn't think anything else. There's nothing new that's happened. So I suppose one of disappointment really, and the only thing is it's disappointment because you're 2-0 up. Had we been 2-0 down and then got back and drew the game 2-2, I might be stood here saying, you know, what a good point that was. But unfortunately, that's not in my thoughts today. You know, there's some strange results that happen in this league, and I suppose if you can't win, then don't get beat.
Disappointment as well, because you were so good the first the first goals in the 6 minutes, the 15 minutes as well. It was electric. Yeah,
no, it was the perfect start for us. As I said, you know, we've got to adjust. We got to understand the stoppage in the game. But you know, that's because their goalkeeper was down. You know, we hope he's all right. But that definitely disrupted our flow, and it's funny because we couldn't get back into it quick enough then. Any games that they've lost this season have been by a real narrow scoreline. So you know, all the time we needed that third goal when we were 2 up, or we needed the third goal when it was 2-1, and then the game would have been over. You know, and all credit to them, they kept going and they got their break in the 89th, 90th minute.
Why do you think stoppages have such an impact on play? Because it's the same team, the same crowd. I know it's a horror injury, but it's interesting how things just completely change.
I wouldn't know that, because if I knew that, it wouldn't happen. The only thing I've said before, that goals don't only change games, they change mindsets. And then sometimes if we've started like we did, you know, when there's a stoppage in the game, you know, it's like the lads are thinking, okay, we're comfortable here, so does that take an edge off of us? I mean, you know, I don't know where else it would have happened, but it would have happened up and down the country somewhere today. And 2-0 is a very precarious scoreline. It's not a scoreline I like. Sometimes, you know, you want to get that second goal to give you a bit of breathing space, but sometimes you're better off it being 1-0 because the players are still on their mettle then. And that's not just our boys. You know, that'll be the same up and down the country. So, you know, we're disappointed today. Because the standards we've set this year have been decent. So we have to lick our wounds today and just work again next week towards another game.
That's 7 points in a week, currently second, and there's an afternoon game as well. So certainly some positives to take on looking back.
Look, at the end of the day, if someone would have given us 7 points at the beginning of the week, do you know what? We probably would have took them. We probably would have took them. And the points in a season, they don't always come from where you expect them. So what would have happened today? There would have been an expectancy of us winning the game. The expectancy then would have risen when we get 2-0 up. That is human nature. I'm not about here to publicly or anything like that chastise the boys or whatever like that. They know. We just had a quiet word in the dressing room, and we have to move on from it now. But like you say, 7 points out of 9 has been a really good week. It could have been 9, but do you know what? Somewhere along the line, we'll win a game that we don't deserve to win, and maybe we'll get those points back. I still think we deserve to win today's game. I still think that. If you look at the goalkeeper's save from Manny at the end, and you look at the one where Circum's hit the post, I mean, it's only like an inch away, it hits the post and goes in. So, you know, I still felt chance-wise and all of that. You know, we played some good football at times today. And it was another hot day. You know, when it gets stop-start like this and you get a hot day, it's, you know, and it was quite a strong wind. We had it behind us in the first half and they had it behind them in the second half. So there's nothing we can do about it. We just have to lick our wounds a little bit and move on.
No Ryan Innes today. I know you briefly mentioned before the game something happened. Can you just expand on what happened the Salford game? Why he's suspended?
There was an incident in the game where retrospective action was taken against Ryan. That they thought Ryan was being grappled from a throw-in, and I think what he's done is, as he's running away or whatever like that, Ryan, he's tried to shake him off. I think he's caught him with his head. It's not like a headbutt or anything like that, but he's caught him with his head. The lad's gone down. So the retrospective action, to be honest, you can't get away with anything. And I'm not saying that he should have got away with what happened, but we didn't know about that. The referee never done anything at the time. Now normally, when you got somebody who's 6'6" running into their box, that's normally your eye contact. So, you know, he maybe could have done something at the time, maybe he'd have booked him, I don't know. So we've had that to deal with, and probably, you know, like you say, those balls that were put in our box today, you know, Ryan would have probably gobbled a few of those up.
And is it Clarence, is it 1 or 3 game suspension?
3 games.